Hello and welcome to the live. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening, good evening. We are down here to talk about this past Friday's episode of Belle Collectives. I don't know if you guys have been watching it, but yeah, it's been on TV. It's been over there on the own channel. And yeah. That's about all I got to say about that. Yeah. Um, so this week's episode was quite interesting. I will say that. I took some notes. We're gonna go through it. We're gonna see if what they was talking about fit the bill. And then we're gonna move on out of it. All right. Good evening, living for me. Thanks for joining the live. Good evening, Lady Roy and chat. Please come in. Let's chat. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much. Please do all of the things. All of the things. Remember, just what she said, please comment. It's not on here, but I want the comments. I love to engage with the people. So let's engage with each other by getting in the comment section and keeping the conversation going even after the live is over. Please like, please share, please subscribe. Fair use disclaimer: some material in this video is used under U.S. Copyright Fair Use Section 107 for purposes such as commentary, criticism, news reporting, and education. Today, we're going to be doing a lot of commentary and a whole lot of criticism. So come on in and let's have a seat. All views expressed in this live are alleged. They're all alleged. They're in my opinion, and they're all for entertainment purposes only. Don't go out of your way to dislike anybody that is down here that we're going to talk about in this live. But we're going to get started. First of all, the one thing I want everybody to remember about seems like this show is a lot of this right here. We're going to do a lot of rinse and repeating. Always just rinse, repeat, as always. More the same drama. Nothing's really changing with the ladies down at the Belle Collective. I will say that this episode was pretty much all about Tamara. And as we know, Tamara really has not been, she hasn't shown us a whole lot. She's very reserved. Yes, a lot of the boo-lang lang, exactly. Tamara's very reserved with every right because these ladies have not treated her the best. So she's been very reserved. But I believe that this episode did do her a little bit of justice. A little bit. I enjoyed it. So let's get on into it. The episode opens up with Tamara. She's at her parents' home and she's making a coffee mug of tea or making a glass of tea. And she tells us that she has moved in to help her parents, which I think is a good thing. As your parents age, you need to really start paying attention to them more. And if they need you, you definitely need to be right there for them. I'm a firm believer in that. Tamara says that initially they thought her dad had a stroke, but they don't have a clear understanding of exactly what happened. And they see signs of dementia, as she said. And she said the sad part is that her dad also sees those signs of dementia as well. We see Latrice coming over to Tamara's parents' home. She brings a bouquet of yellow flowers, yellow roses, and she gives them to Tamara's mother. Tamara's mother takes them in the other room, and then her and Tamara, Latrice and Tamara, go sit on the sofa, and they begin to have a conversation. Latrice says she just came over to kind of check Tamara's headspace to see where she was at. And she wanted Tamara to know that she had her full support, which I appreciate her saying. They jump right into the Dr. Juice cleanse rumor that Shantae brought to the collective. Well, she actually brought it to Tamara, and Tamara brought it to the collective, but they were talking about that as well. Tamara said that she had never heard this rumor before, and with this being Letitia's friend, her best friend, that every time she now sees Shantae, that she's gonna feel as though she's coming with some mess, and that she's heard, of course. Tamara said that they let her know that Letitia doesn't know her, and maybe she needs to do an introduction since they act like they don't know who she is. And I kind of agree with that. I like the fact that she was like, okay, let's reintroduce ourselves. Hey, Symmetry, good evening, good evening, good evening. I was supposed to make this you guys a premiere, and I just did not get around to filming it this morning. I had to get out and get to a meeting. So please forgive me. Please, please, please forgive me. Charge it to my head and not to my heart. Tamara says, are we to this point when they act like they don't know each other? Are we to this point right now? Is this where we are in this collective where we act like we don't know who each other? Then Tamara goes into her confessional and she starts talking in slow motion. And she says, based off of this latest rumor, it's obvious some of the ladies do not know me. Maybe I need to reintroduce myself. When I say she pronounces every letter, every syllable, she gets really deep when it comes down to her conversations. I don't know. Tamara's kind of dropped that radio voice she has, but she's back into that, I don't know, long talk, conversation talk. I don't know. Latrice said that she's having fibroid surgery in about 2 weeks. You said definitely a slow country talker. She definitely is. But the high pitch is kind of gone. And now she's back down to a monotone, but everything is really slow. And, she drags it out, She really is doing that. She's dragging those letters out this season. Latrice is having fibroid surgery, she said, in about 2 weeks. She said she is serious about enunciating. Baby, she is serious. She enunciates every single word. And I wonder if maybe at one point she may have had a speech impediment and that's just how she learned to overcome it. Or maybe that's what she learned in journalism school. Who knows? But she enunciates every single syllable of the word. She just does. She gets right into it. So Latrice says she's having fibroid surgery in 2 weeks. And Tamara told Latrice that she went through 3 of those surgeries. Latrice tells Tamara that her doctor asked her if she wanted to have a hysterectomy. And Tamara said, don't do it. Don't do that. Don't do that. I loved this interaction. I believe that women don't talk enough about things that affect our uterus, our reproductive system. And I'm glad that they did, because fibroids affect Black women so much more than any other race. And they kind of have contributed to relaxers or so on and so forth. But there are a lot of women who live with fibroids. I myself suffered through fibroids. It got worse as I got older. But I will tell you this, it was not an easy task. I was literally bleeding to death at one point in my life from fibroids. Latrice said that she told the doctors that she doesn't want to do this because eventually she wants a baby somewhere in this life. Now, where that baby's going to fit in her life, she didn't say that, but she said she wants a baby somewhere in this life. Tamara tells her to make sure that she is an advocate for herself and to make sure that they know she wants to preserve her uterus, because you do want kids. Make that very known. And I don't blame her for that one. Tamara said, you will get through this and you will be healthy. I was kind of glad to hear the conversation again about the fibroids, because again, we don't address it enough as women. The next scene we go to, Glenn sets up a surprise date for Latrice. He takes Letitia. I'm sorry, not Latrice. For Letitia, he takes her to a spa called Soul Spa. He calls it a celebration. I don't understand about the celebration situation, but yeah. Maybe celebrating at first had been put on leave of absence. I don't know what they were celebrating, but he said it was a celebration. Someone other than Cliff the Red Dog. He's so crazy. He calls it a celebration, but what I don't understand is that they came in 2 separate cars. So my question is, are these 2 people not living together? Why are they always in 2 different vehicles? This means nothing. It's just an observation. Trust me. I just kind of caught my eye, and I was like, okay, they're always in 2 different cars. If they're coming from the same spot or clear near the same spot, you would think they would be in the same car, but they're never in the same car. They're always in separate cars. And I think that's kind of weird. You said Glendale did that thinking. He did something and then slid that mess in about being a manager. Girl, Glendale is a hot mess. That's what Glendale is. Um, Glenn said he's surprising Letitia with a massage because she has been stressing. You've been causing the stress, buddy. Everything looks relaxing. Champagne and a little fruit. They had it all set up for him. They toasted good times. And Letitia mentions that Carrie asked about a double date with the Pearsons. Glenn asked about the focus group. Letitia said that it went great. And she tells him about Lonnie Love and the feedback that she got from Lonnie, which I thought was great, and the advice that Lonnie gave her. Glenn said that Letitia knows how to make people feel comfortable. So he knows she's a natural because she automatically knows, just how to make others feel comfortable. Then they discussed the fact that Selena wanted to know who brought back the rumor about Mike to the collective. And Letitia says she feels like Selena is blaming her. Now, I don't know where that came from. Maybe there was more said from the last week's episode that we didn't see, but I never felt like she was blaming Letitia. But maybe if y'all thought that, go down and let's put it in the comments, because maybe I missed something, because I'm not past missing something, because I be blinking and sleeping. But I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that at all. Look up Stress 101 and there will be a picture of Glendale. Definitely. Hey, Queen Script, thanks for joining this live. I really appreciate you coming in. Appreciate everybody for coming in. None of you guys are overlooked. I appreciate all of you guys for always coming in here. Queen Script says she didn't see it either. I'm glad I wasn't the only one, because I was like, did I miss something? Because I didn't see or I didn't feel like Selena was blaming her, but she said she feels like Selena is blaming her. Glenn said he goes through this long spiel. Oh, I took a picture, put the picture on my Facebook page, and people start coming. Chad, we don't care. We don't care. We don't. This is how I feel about that. We don't. Who cares? We don't care. We don't care at all. We do not care, Glenn, at all. I don't know why you and your wife want to warm over old soup, because baby, it's cold. It's super cold. And for me said she didn't see it either. Glenn then regurgitates the story that Letitia has already told us. Repeat. Remember, I told you this is what it's gonna be about tonight. A bunch of rinse and repeat as always. More of the same drama. These people keep calculating the same drama. I don't know why they can't move past it, but for some reason they're stuck. Glenn then asked about first being at the focus group. Letitia said, no, he was not there because she put him on leave of absence. And Glenn let out a long sigh. Letitia asked her, what do you want me to do, Glenn? And he responded, fire him. I want you to fire him and make me the manager. Get rid of him. Girl, I thought that was silly. Glenn said, as a matter of fact, he thinks Letitia should fire him and hire him as her manager. Letitia starts laughing and says, but I manage you, homie. You don't even look at your own emails. I do it all for you. Letitia asked Glenn, what does that look like, managing me? And Glenn just kind of stood there like a I don't think he knew what to say at first. When she asked him that, he was like, wait a minute. Yeah, I don't have an answer to that. I thought that was hilarious. So Glenn says, Letitia asked Glenn, what does a manager do? And he looked like a deer caught in headlights, for sure. Then responded with, a manager manages their talent. Letitia said she doesn't think this is a good idea. Letitia flat out said that it is not going to happen, Glenn. You're not going to be managing me. Then Glenn begins to throw a tantrum right there in the massage therapy. He just decides he wants to have a meltdown, starts acting like a child, and say, every time I try to be nice to you, you come with some bullshit. That's what he said. He said, every time I try to be nice to you, I gotta put me first. I gotta put me first. Remember, that's what we've been saying all in these past interviews. I gotta start thinking about myself, because Letitia, she don't want me to help her. Baby, Glenn is acting like a child to me. Letitia said there are a lot of things that Glenn should be thinking about other than managing her, and I totally agree with that. Where is the massage therapist is what Letitia asked. Where is she at? Is she lost? Did they go home? Where are they? Because baby, apparently they was taking way too long to get in there because Glenn was having a whole meltdown and she wasn't for it, and neither was I. Next, we see Letitia and Selena. They meet up at a Japanese restaurant to talk. Child, when I said they could have left all of these scenes on the chopping block, but child, they drug us on through it. Letitia said that she's scratching her head trying to figure out why she is in this baby mama drama. Now, how I get in it? Get in it. Who put my name in it? Selena said that her bridal party has nothing together for a bachelorette's party. And I put that's what your maid of honor is supposed to do. So why are you bringing this to Letitia? Because you did not put her in your wedding. We saw the people that you fancily put in your wedding at your birthday party. So why are you telling Letitia that your bridesmaids ain't doing nothing? That's not her problem. Neither is it ours, and we don't care. Letitia's feeling a way about the fact that Selena brought this to her, and she isn't a part of the bridal party. And I would have felt like that too. I would have to say I agree with Letitia on this one. Selena said that Mike is taking her to Colombia to get her teeth done. She was all excited about it. Selena said that 4 of her teeth are flipped. Now, I don't know what that means. Maybe it's some back here. I did notice that like her side teeth seem to be a little bit sideways, but I didn't know if they were, she said they're flipped. Child, I don't know how this is going to work because they sound like this going to be painful. Then let's start talking about Babygate. And Letitia said that is why she brings that mess. She brings the mess to Selena. She said, I feel like that. No, she said, that's why I didn't bring that mess to Selena because I felt like you had way too much going on for me to be, just throwing it on you. And then she said, I didn't have any evidence as well. So it was just some hearsay. Why would I bring it to you? But Letitia, come here, Letitia, come to the front. They ain't never stopped you from bringing up the bullshit before. So I don't know what the problem is with this. You could have brought that bullshit because that's what you do. You bring bullshit. You have nothing of substance that you bring to this show other than some bullshit. But moving on. Selena tells Letitia that moving forward, please bring the information to me first. Don't take it to the collective. I don't know why Selena's feeling the type of way about this unless there's some truth somewhere down the road to this baby stuff. Because I don't understand why you would feel any kind of way about someone keep talking about a baby. Baby, when I tell you this is some lame BS to me, lame. Super, super lame. Letitia asked Selena if she had addressed the Cliff situation. Cliff, she said she got it from Matt. Matt said he got it from Cliff. And she said, well, or is it just me that has to be held accountable? And I said, ooh, Letitia, that was nasty work right there. You trying to spark up some things? You trying to fight with Selena? What you doing? You just holding me accountable. You're not going to hold none of the rest of these people accountable. So I just wonder why Letitia felt like she was the one to be blamed, and she felt like they were only trying to hold her accountable. I thought that was kind of crazy too. Selena said that she told Mike to talk to the guys and she would talk to the ladies. And I said, child, I doubt if Mike says anything to these guys. Letitia said that Carrie backpedaled. She said, how do you feel about Carrie? Carrie backpedaled. She said Carrie said she got it from Marie, but at the focus group, she said she got it from Matt. Now, I ain't hear Carrie say that she got it from nobody but Matt. I heard her say when she was talking originally to everybody that she got it from Matt. So I don't know where we say Marie at the focus group. What we heard on camera was I got it from Matt during pillow talk. So I don't know. So now Letitia throwing Marie under the bus. That's why Marie said she didn't want to get in your mess because you messy. Girl, that's not what she said. Anyway, they talked about Latrice meeting up with Carrie. Carrie and Latrice, they had a little talk, and she feels like Latrice may have punked Carrie into saying that it was Marie. I don't know, child. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Letitia says she's going to tell Carrie that the worst thing you can do in this collective is to show loyalty by telling a lie. Girl, Letitia, come here again. That's real rich coming from you. Because, baby, you've been lying since episode 1, season 1. Moving along. Scene 4. The next one, Damon and Tamara, they're driving around in his truck and they're talking. And Damon calls London Simone the baby home health nurse. I thought that was cute. Cute little episode. Tamara tells Damon about the Shantae situation and how Shantae brought Dr. Juice Cleans over. And Tamara said that, she was really kind of disgusted by it. And Tamara says she wants to have an event and she wants to reintroduce herself. And she talks to Damon and she said, I want to bring London Simone to the event. Baby Damon looked at her and he said, I want no bad energy around my baby. Baby, I felt that when he said, I do not, what he wanted to say was, I don't want them hoes around my baby. And I don't blame him. Damon said, these women, now, I don't want her around these women. And you cannot really even blame him for that. That little scene was so short, but we already done with that. The next episode, Marie is meeting up with her son Jerez in a park, honey. She calls him Jay. They're playing a game of pickup basketball. And Jay, I guess, is her oldest child. You said he wasn't wrong. He wasn't wrong. Queen Script, he wasn't wrong at all. When he said that, I was like, I feel you. I wouldn't want my baby around him either. I would not at all. Marie tells us that Jay and two of his sons are living with her. And she says that she's opened up her ninth service location of Hamilton Davis, and Jay wants to open up a dispensary, is what he tells us. Y'all, I have summarized this because when I tell you they ain't really talking about nothing, they ain't really talking about nothing. Yeah, I don't blame him either. Not me either. Live for me. Don't bring my baby around these weirdos. Marie asked him, where's he gonna get the capital from to open up a dispensary? You living with your mama, you and your two sons. So how do you expect to come up with the money to open up a dispensary? Marie asked him about being part of her business, coming to work for Hamilton Davis and learning the ropes there. She said, I want you guys to have your own, go your own directions, whatever way you want to. But I do believe that you need to figure out how business works first. And so I believe Jay did agree to go right along. But at the end, she was like, you gonna ride with me? He was like, yeah, because I got dropped out. Jay. These young boys. Is Jay the one whose girlfriend was unalived in the drive-by? I'm not sure. Because I don't really keep up with Marie's kids. I just know what she said. His name is Jerez. And I believe she talked about Jerez in season 1 and 2. So that may be Jerez's, because I know she was taking care of Jerez's kid at one point. So it could be. Next, we see the Pauls and the Pearsons. They meet up for bowling. This episode really felt like a filler episode, but most of the episodes they have been giving us do feel like fillers because it don't look like they have nothing going on in Jackson, Mississippi at all. I put in my comments, this meetup is so fake at this bowling alley. I believe they really went to the bowling alley to bowl, but the rest of that stuff, we just rehashing a whole bunch of Who Shot John, just like they did over there on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Producers, y'all gonna have to do better than what y'all doing because this is horrible. You cannot expect these TV shows to last when you're not having any substance. You're not giving us any. Glenn can't bowl at all. He drops the bowling ball. His wife don't do much better. And Carrie and Matt over there tearing them up. I think Carrie had 180 some odd points. She had a lot of points. And the Pearsons was still in the double digits. The ladies go off to the side to talk. They talk about how Shantae brought the mess to Tamara. And Carrie tells Letitia that it was Letitia's fault. And maybe it wasn't the best way to do it. Baby, guess what? Letitia didn't like it at all. I said, I see Letitia hates correction because she later says that who is Carrie let me get it right. Letitia said it's better to ask for forgiveness than to ask for permission. Letitia goes into her confessional and says that Carrie don't tell her what to do. Pretty much. She pretty much telling Carrie, mind your business and let me act a fool because that's what I'm here to do. Glenn asked the Pauls if they worked together when they came back together as couples and started talking. He said, do you and your wife work? Y'all work together? And Paul was like, yeah, we work together in, her business, the restaurant business, so on and so forth. And then he starts saying that he wanted to be Letitia's manager. And Matt was like, no, 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 no. That's a whole different thing when you start talking about managing people. Paul's like, we ain't doing that. Carrie asked Glenn what his skill set was. And he said, manage. Carrie says she don't think that's a good idea. As a person who runs several multi-million-dollar businesses, she thinks this is her lane to give advice on. Glenn says he wants to spend time with Letitia, and that's the only reason why he wants to manage her. It's just so they can spend time together. Baby, go get her a dog or something. Because I don't think that's what the thing is. Anywho, moving right along. Tamara, we see her at the Smith Robertson School, which is the first African American school for kids in Jackson, Mississippi. She's hosting her exhibit there. And this it looks like a museum. I'm not sure what it actually is now. Looks like an art museum the way she had it set up, but it may even be a venue. I'm not sure. The Museum of Tamara is what she called it. Tamara said she's about to school the ladies in classes in session. We see the cast as they arrive at the event. Latrice came in wearing a freaking quilt. Literally, it looked like she had a quilt wrapped around her with a belt. I don't know what that was she had on. It was hideous. I will say that. It was hideous. Don't look like that's what Letitia wants Glendale. Exactly. It doesn't look like she wants him to manage her, walk near her. They can't even ride the same car. So I highly doubt it if he wants, if she wants him to be her manager. Letitia comes in. She gets out of the car with her and Glenn. This time, they actually emerged from the same car. Letitia's super critical. Letitia's exact quote is, "We are being greeted with champagne. I don't know what to think." Girl, just shut up. Just shut up. Just shut up and come in this room and enjoy the moment. Just Satan. Shut up.
Not today, neck.
That's it.
Not today, ankles.
And you all of those. Neck and ankles. Shut up and get on in here, have yourself a seat and look around like the rest of the people. That's all we asking you to do. They walk into the Museum of Tamara, and Damon and Tamara are holding hands. I thought that was hilarious. They were holding hands. They were real cozy when the curtains opened up and they let them in. Tamara takes the ladies on a tour of her life in pictures and outfits. She has a picture of herself as a child, and she says this is her mother picture. This is a picture that her mother took after she had picked her up from daycare and her leg was broken, which is why it has taken her so long to put London Simone into daycare because of that very reason. And I put, why is Letitia still talking? Because she was like talking along the group. Letitia too much. I'm telling y'all, Letitia, I don't think the show was gonna move forward till they probably get rid of her and bring somebody else in. Because Letitia just ain't cutting it. She just ain't. She's not. And I used to think she was in charge of the girls. She ain't in charge of them no more. I don't know who is. Tamara said she was co-captain in school. And she says that's why she's so loud. Then she shows them a photo of her having fibroid surgery where they removed 39 fibroids. That is a lot. That is a lot. And she said it was one of her most difficult surgeries. She said that surgery was why she was thankful that she had frozen her embryos. Shout out to Tamara for being smart and being 3 or 4 steps ahead. I believe the content creator Simone Redwine has also frozen her embryos. She actually talked about it on YouTube. So I think ladies who are just not ready to be moms right now, and as your ages progress, I believe you should freeze your embryos. Quad actually had this very same regret a few months ago on Married to Medicine. Freeze those eggs if you can. Freeze those embryos, those eggs rather, so you can move forward with life. Damon says, I got to step out for a minute. And he steps out and gets the main attraction as Tamara tells the ladies that when she had London Simone, that she was in ICU and London Simone was in NICU. And the first time she laid eyes on her baby was through a picture. And she shows them the picture of London Simone. She was such a pretty baby. She still is a beautiful girl, but that baby picture was just yummy, yummy, yummy. Letitia said that Tamara has always kept the baby away from the collective and she has protected her. And I put in quotations, I don't blame her at all. They then have London Simone enter the room in her pink Maserati remote control car. Tamara Damon's baby is absolutely beautiful. She's a beautiful girl. The event went well. Tamara discusses Shantae and the rumor that they brought to her. And I appreciate Tamara for letting them all know how that made her feel. Because it's one thing for you to do something and you think it's okay. But once I let you know that what you did crossed the line, I don't expect you to do it again. And if you do it again, we now have another issue. Um, Tamara said whatever sources that Shantae got that from, that they needed to, she needed to slap that source. Tamara Damon went and talked with Dr. Juice Cleanse about giving him some free. I said they went and had a conversation. I'm sorry, with Dr. Juice Cleanse about this rumor to try to clear it up, baby. Dr. Juice Cleanse got him some free promotion down there to the Belle Collective, Jackson, Mississippi. Over at the men, Glenn is telling the guys that he's trying to convince Letitia to let him manage him. Child, let it go. The guy said that Glenn needs to reframe how he approaches this subject. They think that he's being way too bold and jumping in it. Then Marie tells the group that she's ready to date. We see the men coming back in the room. Latrice asked Marie, what about dating a woman? And Marie said, I don't want a woman. That ain't what I want. You know, I like men, so I want to date a man. And she shares with the collective and the men that she had a threesome when she was 18 years old, and her lady pun was explored by said lady. Marie said that she doesn't want that from a woman, she wants that from a man. Tamara said they would have to table that conversation because her baby was ready to go. Who knows how long they had been filming, and you know, children get antsy and they ain't trying to sit around. Somehow the Pearsons and the Rogers end up still sitting there chit-chatting after everybody else had left. Latrice tells Glenn to tell Letitia to give him some. And Glenn says, oh, she's celibate. Latrice said, maybe I should try that. Glenn said, a man has two heads, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. But when I tell you Glenn is a whole weirdo, he is a whole weirdo. Cliff said he thinks, I'm sorry, not Cliff. Not Glenn. Cliff said that a man has two heads, and that's all he's gonna say about that. Cliff said that he thinks they should have a double date with the Pearsons. Why do the Pearsons keep getting these double dates? What's the reason? I don't understand it. It don't make a whole lot of sense to me. But here's what I will say. I do not believe that the Pearsons are where the show should be. I'm sorry. I just don't feel like they had the factor. I believe Akeisha and Willie really brought a lot to the show that we may not have understood. I also believe that So Gucci and what was her husband? JJ brought a lot. I think JJ brought comedic relief, and I think that Akeisha and her husband brought in a lot of money and adequate to the show. I believe that we're missing a lot of that here. We're getting some just regular, everyday, down home, gutter snipe, you know, stuff. We did some weird things. If a show is based on rumors and you always trying to throw somebody under the bus, you don't really have a collective. And I don't think that's going to fare well for the show. And then Letitia seems to be at the helm of every single ounce of drama that there is. And I believe that they're going to have to correct that in order for this show to move along. Anyway, that's all I got for Merit. Was it Belle Collective? That's how important it was. I can't even remember the name. Belle Collective. Was it episode? I give it about a 4. And that's real truth. I would give it about a 4. I am tired. Belle Collective is draining. They're not giving us anything of substance. You said Big Willie and God darn it. Girl, I love me some JJ. God darn it. He was so funny. Why would y'all lose some comedic relief? Who on this show is giving us fun? Cliff gives a little bit of funny, but Cliff ain't that funny. Clifford, the big red dog, is not that funny. Cliff spends a lot of time trying to find him a drink. And as we see in the next week's episode, Latrice is gonna confront him about leaving her at the hospital on her birthday and then on their anniversary. And he said, I went to go check on the businesses. She said, I saw you on camera. You was getting drunk. Child, bring us back, JJ. Bring us back So Gucci and get JJ, and bring us back Akeisha and Willie, baby. Because this right here, this can't be it. You cannot tell me this is it. This ain't it. This ain't it. Tamara, I like Tamara. I like the fact that she reintroduced us, but Tamara don't normally bring nothing to the show. And Miss Marie Monroe, she's last season she was pretty good, but I think Marie is gonna sit back and watch this whole show implode because she hadn't really brought anything this season either. She showed us her Hamilton Davis location that she's building out. This episode, she showed us her son, but let's see something else. Let's see some other stuff. And you said that was the second time he did that. I don't know how to talk about so much. So, Cliff. I'm sure it was. Cliff don't care nothing about nobody but Cliff, baby. Nobody but Cliff. You said I tag Carlos. Maybe he will see this. Child, Carlos, please give us some fun. Bring JJ back. But I don't know what it's gonna cost, but bring J. We need some god darn it. We need some of JJ's fashions. We need the fact that he got that ponytail that he's holding on to because he's struggling, and it just gives us a little bit of comedic relief when it comes down to some of this craziness that these women do. I really enjoyed having that. And not having that, it has shown a difference. The very fact again that we have, Letitia, who seems to be just going around keeping up drama. You have Tamara, who they try to kick out of the collective, but she was like, let me show you, I'm still that girl. And Tamara gets out here and shows us. Tamara has a lot going on, but she should feel safe to be able to share her things that she has going on. But instead, y'all have made it be a thing where she does not feel safe. And then you have Selena, who's trying hard, but she's planning a wedding. And Selena, I don't know what she's bringing to us. This baby drama, baby gate. I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see it as being Latrice. She's Latrice. And I believe between Latrice and Letitia, they're going to destroy the show. It's just my feeling. Who am I? Who am I? I'm nobody. But yeah, anywho, y'all, I don't have no more. And no one told you today that they love you. I love you. And there's a thing you can do about it. I have given you this week Love and Marriage Huntsville episodes 4 and 5. So we are caught up on that. This is Belle Collective's season 7, episode 8. We are caught up on Belle Collectives. And I may do a recap of Real Housewives of Atlanta. I may. But I have a project that I'm working on, and I'm really going to be focusing on it for the next couple of days. I want to bring to you guys an interview, and I want to see if I can get this person to come. So somebody cross your fingers, and let's see. Don't bring no Joshy back, girl. Keep Joshy where he a liar too. Keep him where he at. We don't want to see that. No. No. Go get maybe bring a content creator in. We got Scotty. Bring Scotty over there. I believe Scotty would be a lot better than some of these women. Scotty, I think, will be a good friend to Latrice as well. But child, we do not want what you're giving us. It's not. I know the viewership is going. I know it is because you're not giving anything of substance. Letitia she's not it. I used to think she was in charge of the girls, but I am inclined to believe that she's no longer in charge of the girls. Anywho, I will see you guys later. No one told you today, I'm going to say it again, that they love you. I love you. And there ain't a thing you can do about it. Y'all have a great one. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.